America needs veterans more than ever. As a veteran business owner, you are equipped with a focus, professionalism, and dedication that is rare in the marketplace. We are looking for former military, make it happen business leaders like you to join forces with a marketplace mission called Veterans Business Force, a division of Network in Action Business Force based in Houston, Texas. We are rallying patriots to work together to grow opportunities for yourself, each other, and our community. We meet once a month at upscale venues to share our vision and align with fellow warriors. Together we are stronger. Google Veteran Business Force to find us before we find you. We are Veterans Business Force, on mission and locking arms.
Navy veteran. I was an enlisted reserve. I was a fireman. I went to college, got into a program that allowed me to become an officer as a reserve officer candidate. So that means I went to part of my reserve time, I got to go to OCS. And then when I completed all my schooling, I went to OCS and got commissioned on the 25th of October, 1968. From there, they said, oh, by the way, we're going to make you a Navy Supply Corps officer. So my orders were to go down to Athens, Georgia, where the Supply Corps school was at the time, 6 months to learn all the things that an officer would have to audit to become the supply officer on board a ship. I was one of the top 5 guys that came out of that Supply Corps school where we had several hundred people. Of the 5 of us, the top 5 all got orders to go to Vietnam. Thank you very much. 3 got shipboard duty in the Blue Water Navy. 2 of us were shore-based Navy. And one of my brothers, the other brother that was on the shore, did not make it home. He hit the 20% number that was about what the statistic was. I was a freight operations or logistics officer while I was in Nam. Came back, I was stationed with the Marine Corps as the station supply officer. And then I got stationed at an Air Force base, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, where the boneyard is for all military airplanes, including the Navy. And I was the number 2 officer for the Navy contingent out of Nav Air, and had 35 enlisted, 3 civilians and myself, and a force, we call them force stripers in the Navy, a bird colonel level, who was the OIC. Got out, or I was outed, and that's a whole other 4-beer story that I won't talk about here. Because I was in Nam, I later discovered after some PTSD episodes and stuff that I've also was affected by Agent Orange. That caused me to go on a journey to find things that would help me, because I am not a real proponent of pharmaceuticals. They have significant amount of side effects. I found a product through a fellow Vietnam veteran that allowed me to deal with my pain levels, joint, arthritis kinds of pain, all that kind of stuff, that allowed me to deal with it. It is non-pharmaceutical, it is made from nature's ingredients, and it works fast, and it doesn't smell like Bengay, so you smell like Uncle Walter. So I'm going to share with you, and I've got a gift for you at the end where I have a sample for you to try. A young man came to us, a gentleman came to us a few years ago, probably like 16 or 17, and said, hey, I like your stuff, but I think it could be better. Turned out he was a man that lives here in Houston, Texas. He won himself an Olympic gold medal, and he's a 2-time world boxing champion. Anybody guess? Anybody know who it is?
I know.
He knows who, because I already told him. George Foreman. He helped us develop it. He now has his own product line. It has the most number of ingredients of anybody. I'm going to just hit some real fast things. It works very rapidly. It's designed to penetrate through the skin or transdermally. And we have a certain way we do it. We always put 2 layers on. The company is an American-owned company, and it's a family-owned company right now. Hopefully looking to expand and be bought out so then I can retire. It is alternative to any of the pharmaceuticals that are out there. We have certain products in the product line that are targeted to work in specific areas of the body. We have a foot cream specifically for things like neuropathy, things of that nature. Sometimes we combine our products. In, what was it, about 2018 is when the craze for CBD started happening. Actually, it was 2018 when the Congress signed the Farm Bill that made hemp a legal product so you could extract the CBD, but some of that hemp, even if it's organic hemp, still has THC in it, the loco weed stuff, right? So what we've done is we've actually gone an extra step to extract the THC. So our stuff is drug-free. What we say goes into the tube is in the tube. We're also pesticide-free and heavy metal-free, because those are other things that can affect your body. The term we use, it is a ingredient-based therapy, and I'm going to talk about that. Every single one of my products is a registered over-the-counter product by the FDA. Every single one of my products has an FDA label on the back. And on top of that, it smells great. If anybody would like to smell what it smells like, I've got some samples here. We can pass them around. It's not greasy. It doesn't burn or stink. I've got stuff that athletes use before they work out, and then we got the stuff that they use after they've worked out, the pre and the post kind of thing. So I wanted to share. This little document is going to be in every one of the little packages I'm going to hand out. It has on the back of it the explanation of some of the ingredients that are in the variety of our different products. Arnica is one of the ones. It reduces inflammation and swelling, relieves joint pain, bruises and sore muscles. Capsaicin is another one. Eases inflammation, stimulates circulation, enhances blood flow. Chondroitin helps the body maintain fluid and flexibility in the joints. Glucosamine's in there. Menthol, that's the big one. That most of the other products start at 4% menthol in whatever mix they're doing. The maximum menthol we have in any of our products is 1.5%. At 1%, that's when the FDA requires that you have it on the label. So we're trying to always do the things we need to do. Many of you have heard of MSM. Many of you have heard of willow bark extract. It's a precursor to aspirin or acetaminophen, that kind of stuff, but it's in a natural state. Because if you take acetaminophen or a regular aspirin or whatever, if you take excessive amounts of it or over an extended period, you can have bad stomach problems. I mean, some people have actually burned holes in their stomach because they take too much of that stuff. So that's why I'm anti, a lot of those things. I'm just trying to look at some, because some of these other ones you won't even. Eucalyptus is one sometimes people will recognize. Peppermint oil, how many? 3 minutes? She's counting all the time. 3 minutes. Okay, so I think I've covered a lot of the different things here. It's a 2-step process. Put one layer on, let it absorb for about 1.5 minutes, then you put the second layer on. It drives it in there deep to do its work. Graylin tried some, and within, 10, 15 minutes, he was already feeling.
It was like 5-6 minutes. The pain was gone.
And Andy, same thing with Andy. He's tried it. Belinda's tried it as well. It's some good. So reduce pain, reduce inflammation, revitalize tissue, muscle, and joints, restore the pain threshold. In other words, enjoy living your life again. If you got any questions of me, any questions? got some built-in. Yes, sir.
How long does that pain treatment last?
It will last. When somebody asks me that question, I usually say it could last up to about 8 hours. Depends on where you're starting from, because for some people it may be so intense that you maybe you'll only last 4 or 5 hours, but it's generally longer than anything else that you got out there. Yeah.
To answer my experience, my hands hurt really, really bad from pushing all the time, and he gave me a sample. I put it on, and I went all day pain-free.
Yeah. It just depends. Each person's a little bit different, and I recommend that you use it for a certain period of time, then you can wean yourself off. When I started, it was because of my knees, and I was using it 3-4 times a day. Eventually, I've been able to wean off, and fast forward 13 years, I only put it on my knees now once or twice a month, because there are some homeopathic ingredients in there. Second thing, you see this card here. It says I'm a COVID test coordinator, and that I have a mobile test center. I have a few COVID tests with me that if you come up to me and ask me, I'll give them to you for free in exchange for a little tiny bit of information. Your first name, your last name, your birthday, and then you have to self-declare what sex you are. Government questions, what can I say? So the tagline for the pain relief business is, rub it on, the pain is gone. Thank you.
Good job. We love our veterans. If you're a veteran and own a business, you don't want to miss what's coming up. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Veterans, our whole country owes you a huge thank you for all you have done for us. We have a very special guest today, Kathy Bowersox, and she is here to tell us all about the Veterans Business Force. Kathy, welcome to What's Next Houston. Tell us about Veterans Business Force.
I'm glad to, Jimmy Sue. Thank you so much for asking. So that is an organization that I have built. It's part of Network in Action, which is a very different business networking organization from anything else out there. And it is a group that I formed strictly for military veterans. I feel like it's a small way that I can thank them for their service and give back to them now that they're civilians.
Can you tell us about your organization, Network in Action?
It's a very different networking organization from anything that most people have seen before. We do things very differently. We don't get up and do elevator speeches. Instead, we do activities in our meetings that help our members get to know each other better, that help our members understand who good clients are for each other, that help our members understand how to refer business to each other and help them build their relationships. And so we do something different in every single meeting. We also like to add value for them, so we do things like help them identify their ideal clients, help them with their marketing, help them run their business. My background is that I'm a strategic business advisor, and so I often use that experience as well to help my members and all my Network in Action groups be successful. The other thing is we are the only networking organization out there that gives a guaranteed return on our members' investment.
Kathy, tell us how a veteran can contact you and learn more about how to join your fantastic organization.
They can reach out to me at Kathy, that's Kathy, at networkinaction.com, or they can go to networkinaction.com and search for the Veterans Business Force under Visit a Group. If they're interested in my other groups as well, they can look for West Chase Business Force or Sugar Land Business Force. And lastly, they can call me at 713-899-8615.
Thanks again for joining us today, Kathy.
I was really glad to be here, and Jimmy Sue, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to spread the words about what we're doing to help veterans be successful in their businesses.